I stand before you tonight with my chest full of a whole bunch of memories. My ribcage learned to keep other people's demons like it was my sacred assignment. You see, I was young when someone handed me their secret and told me, hold this, but don't let it show. So I buried it deep, so deep, even my bones forgot I had them. So deep that silence became muscle memory. And years passed, and life, as it always does, it layers itself like sediment over soil. And I kept walking, kept smiling, kept pretending the ground inside of me wasn't shaking. But trauma? Oh, trauma. Trauma has perfect attendance, and it shows up even when you don't call it. It knocks on the walls of your spirit, talking about, remember me? I'm still here. And suddenly that secret I buried opened its eyes. It stretched. It demanded space. It turned my breath into confession and my soul, my whole being into confrontation. And I realized that secret was never mine. I was just a vault. They chose to hide in it. I was the sanctuary they stained with their sins. I was the cross they hung their guilt on while they walked free, calling their lie truth. But hear me, y'all, hear me. Their lie is not my truth. Their silence is not my sentence. Their burden is not my bloodstream. I refuse to be the tomb where someone else's darkness goes to hibernate. So tonight, I exhume what was buried. I lift it to the light. I break the contract of quiet that I never should have signed. I return the weight to its maker because I will not carry someone else's cross while they polish their halo with denial. Because I was married. I married a man with hands that healed bodies, but never held mine with desire. A doctor, the only son, the golden boy, yes, with a secret tucked behind a white coat. As he smiled, he said to me, I do, but he didn't. Not to me, not to my curves, not to my scent, not to the way I laughed too loud or cried too soft. He said yes to a fabricated, fake cover story. It was fake. He camouflaged, stitched from my vulnerability. I was his project, his proof, his permission slip to pass in a world that told him, don't be you. And I was that woman who loved him with a heart. My heart was wide open. Who mistook silence for safety, who thought maybe if I was enough woman, enough wife, enough one, he would see me. But he never did, because I was never the destination. I was the detour, the disguise, the soft place he could hide from the truth he couldn't face. And I stayed longer than I should have, because love makes you loyal, even when it's lonely. Because hope could be very stubborn. And shame, we already know, it wears many, many, many masks. But one day, I stood in the mirror. I stood right in front of the mirror and I saw myself, not as his wife, not as his backup excuse, not as his backup plan. I saw me, just me, a woman who deserved to be chosen, not used, desired, not tolerated, loved, not lied to. So I walked away, not bitter, but brave, and not broken, maybe interrupted, but I was flourishing because his lie is not my truth. And I will not shrink to fit into someone else's silence. I am not a project. I am a masterpiece in progress, and I will never again apologize for being too much for someone who was never enough for me. Was I supposed to wear the pants in the house and be a king? Why reverse the roles? While he wore a dress to be a queen? What are we talking about here? I am an empress. I wanted a man. And he wasn't man enough for me. Because his lie is not my truth. And then if anyone, I'm going to say this right now, if anyone asks why I speak, tell them because truth does not rot. It rises. Even after years underground, it rises. And so do I. His lie is not my truth. And if you've ever been through something like this, remember, their lie is not your truth. You cannot shrink yourself to fit into someone else's silence, someone else's lie. And I will never dumb down my intelligence for anyone. Truth does not rot. It rises. Years and years after it being buried underground, it rises. And so should you, as I have. This is release. So if anybody has something to say, and someone's asking, what is Dr. Poetry talking about? The truth is that his lie is not my truth. And I will never, ever, ever shrink to fit someone else's lie. I am Dr. Poetry.